I've had a number of people ask me my opinion on steroids, and some people ask me, do I recommend taking them to increase athletic performance or to build muscle strength, etc. And do I recommend them? You know, and I can't say I recommend them or I don't recommend them or whatever. You know, it all depends on your goals, and it all depends on if you're willing to live with the consequences or maybe even die, because that could be a consequence as well. So it's not a question of, you know, whether I agree with them or don't agree with them or recommend them or don't. It's really it's a very personal thing, something like that. But before you get into it, you better understand the road you're going down, and it can be a very dark road going down that route. I've known a lot of people who've taken steroids. I've known a lot of bodybuilders, yeah, it can result in early death. You know, that's very, very, very sad and can be very, very tragic as well for the, you know, the families and people who get left behind. You know, I have two friends younger than I am now that have both been taken by, as a result of their taking steroids, steroid abuse. You know. Well, maybe just taking one steroid is abuse, just taking steroids. So, you know, that can be an ultimate consequence. But if you've got this goal to be a professional athlete, to be top of your game, to be a competitive bodybuilder, to, you know, be top of your game in bodybuilding, then, you know, the only way to do it is to take the gear. Otherwise, change your goals. But realize in doing that is that there are consequences that come with it, and there can be very, very severe consequences, from, you know, serious health degeneration, early death, personality change. You can have a complete personality change, and quite often not a pleasant. Your personality often doesn't become more pleasant. It often goes the other way. So, you know, those are some of the things that you're going to have to face. And also be realistic is the fact that, you know, pretty much virtually, I won't say all, because there can be genetic freaks out there that just aren't, you know. So I'm not going to say all, but virtually all competitive athletes that have to have any sort of strength or explosive power or muscle are taking steroids. Simple as that. Simple as that. Virtually all. Virtually all. Could be all that are top of the game, but I won't say all, because there might be some genetic freak out there that I just don't know about, you know. And then it would be unfair that if I say all, and there just was that person going, hey, what about me, you know. So I won't say all, but you can pretty much guarantee all, right? And that's just the sort of like professional sports dirty secret that the masses don't seem to know about. It's professional sports dirty secret that the masses don't know about. You know, now and again they have a you know, someone that they go, okay, we got this guy, he's on steroids. Look, it kind of shows, look, we're doing our job. You know, those that do the drug testing and everything. It kind of looks like they're doing their job. Now and again they get somebody, oh yeah, we've got this person for doing steroids. And, you know, it's a bit of a shame, because that person's like the fall guy. You know, kind of felt for Lance Armstrong when he got done, because the thing is, probably I would guess for sure every other person on his team, everyone that is, you know, top Tour de France racer is taking steroids. But, you know, let's take Lance Armstrong down for whatever reason. You know, maybe didn't sign the right contract or do the right deal with the right company or whatever like that. You know, you know, as Ben Johnson always says, you know, because he snubbed Adidas or something, they just took him down. And I would believe that for sure. You know, once you get to top level, it can be a very, very dirty game in whatever it is, right? So, you know, back to the thing, should you take steroids, shouldn't you? You also got to realize that, you know, once you get into that whole thing of taking steroids, is, you know, you're touching on sort of mafia, gangster sort of things, because you're dealing with illegal substances, you know. And so yeah, you're kind of rubbing shoulders with gangster types. You know, it can be a dark path that you can be on. You're popping pills every day. You're injecting yourself every day in different muscles and everything. and the lifestyle is punishing. It's a punishing lifestyle to be the top of your game in any of those sort of things, especially bodybuilding. You know, anyone that goes into bodybuilding, forget about your health. You gotta just forget about your health and think, you know, I don't give a crap about my health. I don't care if I die at 30 or 40 or whatever, because, you know, that's a very real possibility. You know, you are sacrificing your health for sure if you want to become a bodybuilder. The most unhealthiest sport in the world. When a bodybuilder stands on stage and looks absolutely amazing, that is when they are closest to death. They're so close to death at that stage. They've taken all the diuretics, they've taken all the water out, they're dry as a bone. They're unbelievably dehydrated. They've had so much steroids in their system, their whole internal organs are working overtime just to keep them alive, right? And they're very, very close to death at that time when they step out on stage. So, and then they're going up weight, down weight, you know, it's so punishing on the body, it's absolutely incredible, right? So it comes down to, you know, those are the consequences. Get realistic about the consequences. The consequences are that your whole personality could change. You could have all these health issues. You can get diabetes. You can get, you know, heart disease and various things. Your brain can start to go. Your brain can start to go. Some people can handle it better than others. Some people can't. Some people's body can handle it better than others. And you have these bodybuilders that are, you know, living into their 70s and they've taken steroids half their life. Others don't live past 30. You know, kind of luck of the draw. It's like rolling a dice. You know, if you hit a 6, you die. It's kind of like that when you start to get into steroid abuse. You know, so some people can keep it mentally. You know, they keep fine mentally. They remain a pleasant person. Others don't. Others can't handle it. They have the roid rages, the mood swings, these feelings of delusions of grandeur, you know, where they think they're this Greek god, you know, and everyone worships them, things like that. Can become very, very self-centered, very, very, very self-focused. Think that everybody looks at them, everybody wants to be like them. You know, super ego comes in there. You know, but that's not all. A lot of them are very, very pleasant people, and you know, doing their best. But the reality of it is that they're all doing it. Even you go into these days the natural bodybuilding competitions where they all say that they're natural, but the thing is they're not. There's a shady side of natural bodybuilding as well, and a lot of them are taking steroids in the natural bodybuilding now because, you know, if the person just genetically isn't able to, no matter how many steroids they take, no matter how much they train, no matter what they eat, they're just not able to break into the big leagues, and it's their life dream. What do? Well, then they look at the natural bodybuilder and go, well, I can compete against those guys. I can just pretend I'm natural. You know, don't underestimate people's ability to lie in pursuit of what they want to get in their life or what they want to do to achieve their dreams. Some people will do anything, say anything. Their morals, they'll just throw them behind them, you know. Screw that, I want this. You know, it's like the Lord of the Rings, the ring. You know, my precious, they'll do anything to get that, right? They lose it all. So the truth of it is then a lot of people taking steroids are going to natural bodybuilding. Then the people that are really natural are going, well, screw them. You know, that guy's definitely not natural. Look at the acne on his back. Look at the, you know, the way he is. You can tell someone that's been taking steroids, you know. And then they go, well, this whole thing's it's not fair. We'll just take steroids as well. You know, then they're all doing it, right? The thing is that steroids gives the athlete such an unfair advantage that, you know, it's just almost virtually, I can say virtually impossible to compete with them. So then everybody has to do it just to compete. Just to compete, everybody has to do it. And it's professional sports dirty little secret, you know, that when you look down on the Olympic field and you see all the athletes down there, you know, if you find one that's not taking steroids, you'd be very lucky, you know. They have to just to compete at that level, you know, and they're trained from a very early age as well to be good liars and to be able to sit in press conferences and say that they didn't and stuff like that. It's just part of the game. part of the game. They say, look, you know, the people don't know about this. The masses don't know about this. You have to keep this, it's a trade secret. Simple as that. So, should you take steroids, shouldn't you? You got to weigh it all up, right? Weigh up the consequences. Is this what you really want? Is this just like an ego thing? You know, is this a fantasy-full dream that, you know, maybe, you know, it's a decision I had to make. I remember back then I thought, do I really want to do this? No, I didn't. So it's up to you. Whatever you want to do in your life, you know, there are consequences for it. And I saw the consequences firsthand, and I said, no, that's not for me. Yeah. But it wasn't before. I said, okay, well, you know, I'll try and give me a shot of this, give me a few of them. And I thought, no, not me. Didn't even finish the course. I said, no, I'm not going to do that. Didn't feel good. Didn't like doing it. You know. So, you got to work it out for yourself. Consequences. That's what it is, my friend. Consequences. There's consequences for everything. Are you willing to deal with the consequence? The consequence of taking steroids can be very, very high. The rewards can be very, very high if you get the top of your game in it. But again, the consequences can be equally as high or higher. It can be life and death. Choice is yours. See you in the next video. And also remember to subscribe, comment, question, whatever. Like the video. See you then.